Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm going to run you through the top 10 most expensive PAL Dreamcast games. So having completed the PAL set, I could tell you the 10 most expensive Dreamcast games currently. Now the thing with PAL Dreamcast games is the prices fluctuate so quickly, so month to month the prices will vary wildly. So yeah, you really have to be vigilant. If you are going for a full set, I'd say get your saved searches done on eBay. Make sure you keep on top of knowing exactly what stuff's worth, because one thing I've noticed with collecting Dreamcast is people are always so wrong about what things are worth. So people are convinced that they're selling their game at the right price, but 9 times out of 10 it's way overpriced. So having shopped around and managed to get all the games at really great prices, I underpaid on absolutely everything, and a lot of the games, and some of them in this list, I got for free by buying bundles and moving them on and keeping the games I needed, which is a great way to complete a set if you're going for that, unless you have unlimited cash. So we're going to just run through the top 10 current games, and some of them are of similar price. So this is a rough top 10. They might be slightly out of order, but you know, not to worry. So at number 10 we have Shenmue 2. So this has gone up slightly given the recent events with Shenmue 3, but I think it's dipped back down again. I managed to get this one for free actually, nice minty copy for free. But yeah, you'd expect to pay sort of 50, 60 quid for this, I'd say, at the moment. Then at number 9 we have Taxi 2, the infamous Taxi 2. None of these games are particularly rare to find, maybe a couple of them harder to find. You always see Taxi 2, if you go on eBay you'll see Taxi 2 all day long, but it's the prices, so you'd expect to pay sort of 40 to 70 for this, but I have seen it sell for about 25 quid, and I can't remember what I paid for mine, like 40 something for mine. So yeah, that's what you'd expect to pay for that at the moment. That's one in particular that I definitely keep an eye out and do daily searches on, because although there are a ton of them on eBay for 70 quid, if you wait patiently you will find one cheaper. So number 8 we have Evil Twin, another game that I got for free in a bundle. So you'd expect to pay sort of 45 to 70 for this one as well. But yeah, same applies, just make sure you save some searches and you're vigilant and you keep an eye out. So number 7 we have Moho. That was the penultimate game I bought, not because they're not around, because there's several of them on eBay. You go on eBay now, there's several of these, all around 70 quid, but obviously I didn't want to pay that, so I spent months and months searching and finally got it at a great price. So one thing I will say, if you're looking for certain games like Moho, is make sure you search the whole of Europe, don't just search UK listings, because a lot of the cheaper ones come up in Germany and France and Spain. So make sure you keep an eye out for those as well. And number 6 we have Res. Great game, one of the games in the list that kind of more deserves its pricing, but you can get it on PS2 for a fraction of the price. But you'd expect to pay 50 to 70 for this. And yeah, great game if you can pick it up. Right, number 5, another great game, Project Justice Rival Schools 2. This is a fantastic beat 'em up by Capcom. So yeah, you'd expect to pay sort of again 50 to 70 for this. Right, number 4 we have Cannon Spike, another Capcom game, which is really cool, really unique, sort of third-person sort of shooter, I guess. It's kind of like platformy, third-person platform shooter type game. It's hard to explain, but it's really cool, and you've got various Capcom characters in it, like Mega Man and Cammy from Street Fighter and a few others. But yeah, you'd expect to pay about 70 quid for this. 70 to 80 I'd say. Then number 3 we have the Bass Fishing box set. This is the one that people constantly say, oh, I've got a full PAL set, and they do not have this. So these are the rarest Dreamcast game in my opinion. None of the games are particularly rare, but this is the rarest by far. All the games that I'm showing in this list you can find on eBay, but these don't come up very often, especially minty like this. I got a great price on it, but you'd expect to pay 60 to 80 for this, although I have seen them go for 100, but I'd say 60 to 80. You want to be paying the lower end of that ideally. I mean, any of these in this list, if I say it's worth 40 to 70, you want to be paying 40. Don't think, oh, it's 40 to 70, I'll pay 70. That's the top end of what you want to be paying. So if something's worth 40 to 70, you really want to be paying as near to the lower end as you can for these games. So number 2, we've got the Samba de Amigo Maracas box set. Now, complete with all the inserts and the game and everything, you'll be looking at paying about 100 quid or just over 100 quid for one of these. So quite expensive. They do come up here and there on eBay, not particularly scarce, but yeah, whenever auctions come up, it's guaranteed to go to 100 quid or just over 100 quid. So, what's number 1? So game number 1, the most expensive, is certainly the most expensive for me when I was doing the collection, and yeah, whenever these come up on eBay they always go pretty high. So that is Evolution 2. So quite a late release. I don't think that many people bought it, so it's quite rare, but like I said, rare isn't rare on the Dreamcast. There are still plenty of these to be found. You just have to be vigilant. Now, I got a great price on this. You'd expect to pay 100 to 120 for this at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if that goes up rapidly. If you're watching this video in maybe a few months, it could well be more. I'd say if you're going for a full PAL set, get the big ones out of the way first. Definitely get this one out of the way first. I didn't pay as much as 100 to 120, but I was lucky and I shopped around for months and months. But I suggest do the same. Keep an eye out and try and get this one for a decent price. So there we go, guys. That is the top 10 most expensive PAL Dreamcast games in my opinion. So thanks for watching. Cheers.